Hello, beekeepers. If you didn't hear the story about this shirt, it's a really funny story. Go back, you can rewatch it. It's Hello Beekeepers. That's the name of the video. Hello Beekeepers. Hello. Today, this is the second part of how to prepare your hives for winter. Preparing your hives for winter so they don't die. Oh, I'm touching my nose because I got chicken grease on it. Now, I know how devastating it is to lose bees. I mean, I know if you read that description, if I ever lost bees over the winter, I'd probably have to quit YouTube over that. But anyway, this is preparing your hives for the winter. Now, the first step was to seal off the entrances. That was step number one. Step number two is gonna be reduce the size of your hives. Reducing the size of your hives. Now, what this means is if you have 10 Langstroth hives stacked on top of some brood bodies, take some of those hive bodies off. If you have a Langstroth hive, put in a board where your bees stop producing. That way they only have that little area to heat up. Because the bigger your hives get, the more room they have to heat up. The reason is bees decrease in numbers over the winter because the queen's not pulling in enough pollen. So as no pollen's coming in, the queen stops to lay as many eggs as she used to lay, and now they decrease in numbers. The bees, as they decrease in numbers, they don't have enough space to heat up that hive. So as the bees die and they cluster together, the colder it gets, then the cold just surrounds them and freezes them to death. And that's how, when you open up your hive in the spring, dead bees, frozen to death. So in this video, guys, I'm going to show you how I reduce my hives from the top to the bottom. Started with 3 hive bodies, and I went straight down to 1. You'll see it in the video, and I'll see you at the end of the video. This is step 2, rendering down a hive. One mistake I made this year, I didn't get one of those bee excluder things that as the bees go out, they can't come back in. But I do have my brush here. So what we'll do is just pull out the frames, brush the bees off until we get the hive all the way down. So let's start up here. There's no bees in here at all because they're not strong enough to heat the whole hive up, so they leave. And that's the reason that we get rid of the top. Okay, I'm starting to smell pheromone. Oh, attack pheromone. Yeah, I know someone posted a comment about attack pheromone, and I said I'll explain it in a video. Well, attack pheromone is a smell that bees put off to alert other bees to attack. It's almost like you yelling, but it's a smell because they communicate through smells. And yeah, that's what attack pheromone is. Sorry about that, I just don't want them getting through the hole. So now, if you could see, there is, most of the bees are right here. So what I'm gonna do is take this box off. Put it here. Notice there's nothing in here, so there's no need to keep it.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I'm.
That hive's a disaster.
Okay, that's pollen. Pollen, if you can see that.
Oh, it's off the GoPro.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. That has a little bit of pollen. Let me see what the pollen is like here. I guess it was more frames than I expected it to be. Oh, it's got some pollen too. Yeah, that's got quite a bit. I don't know if you can see that. Is it pointing too far down?
I think so.
So I gotta do it like this?
Yeah. Yep.
You see the pollen. And let's see, I got enough for one more.
Do they have any bird at all?
Yeah, in that second box. Oh, and that's full of pollen, as you can see. So we'll take this one. Not yet. No. Alright, so that's gonna be our rendered down box. The rest of this we'll just take. Set this up. And a terrorist. Look at that thing. That is a terrorist. So, I'll deal with these things the old-fashioned way. Now that we reduced the hive, the last step coming up, you watch it, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for the notifications, and write your comments. Maybe tell us how many hives you have. So next step's coming up next week. Next step is coming up on next step is coming up next week on the Jake Beesos channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit those notifications so you can prepare your bees for the winter so they don't die ever again. And so you have bees next year. And honey. And propolis. And lots of wax. And lots of extra room in the hive so you can do it again next year. And bye. Okay, that's it. Coming up on the Jake Beesos channel, hive beetles. These things are like Tasmanian devils from hell.